ready, Mark?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. My name is Paul. I'm a student from Sierra High School, and we are now interviewing Mark. So, Mark, tell us your name and what company do you work for?
So my name's Mark Orr. I'm the Teamster Advantage Director for Teamster Local 1932 here in San Bernardino. We represent all the county and city employees in the county of San Bernardino.
That's cool. And how long have you been doing it for?
7 years.
7 years? Oh, that's cool. What do you look for people while trying to hire these type of people in your company?
A lot of experience. In our line of work, you have to have a lot of experience, but we need people that know labor law, contracts, bargaining agreements, that kind of thing. So with that being said, most of our business agents come out of the workforce. So we represent employees of the county, right?
Yeah.
And that's usually where we get our business agents from. So they know their contracts, they know the work environment, they know the policies.
And what is the age limit?
An age limit?
To work in your company?
18.
18?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. And what advice would you give someone trying to work for your company?
Study labor studies, contract negotiations, HR laws. So we work with HR. So that's the other side of the table when we're negotiating. But you need to know what they know. You know what I'm saying? So for example, what is California work laws? What's labor law? You know, what's the 8-hour workday? What's overtime? Those kind of things. You know, knowing what the rules and regulations are for the workplace as an employee. And then you get on the other side of the table and you ask for more.
That's cool.
That's what we do.
That's cool. And last question. If you were a tree, what type of tree would you be?
Oak.
Oak? How come?
That's probably my favorite line from a movie, an old movie called Tombstone.
Tombstones?
What is your name?
Hey, what's going on? My name is Adam, and I run a real estate company out in Riverside called Resilient Realty Group.
Oh, okay. What do you do in your job?
What do? I am the CEO of a real estate company. So I'm the main sales rep where I run all the projects. We'll sell roughly about 50 houses outside of that with the other ones, and then my job is to continue to move the company forward.
Oh, okay. How long have you been working there?
I've had this company for 9 years now.
That's a pretty long time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we have another at least 9 more in us. So.
Yeah. What is your top skill when you're hiring people?
What is my top skill? I will say the biggest thing that you need is going to be problem solving. With nowadays, with ChatGPT and all this AI, a lot of that stuff can be done. That used to save me a lot of time. But the biggest thing is still like being able to think through a problem. So if you can get a problem and you can somehow figure it out yourself, you become very valuable.
What is your advice that is like somebody looking for like the job that you're working at?
Got it. So my best advice would be is to just have great perspective on how situations come up. There's always something going on. There's always something, but it's all about having the perception of seeing something and figuring out a way around it. So it's all about the perspective of knowing like, I'm just not going to quit. Like, it doesn't matter what happens. I'm going to figure out a way to like move this forward because that is what will get you a lot of money, right? That's how the world works.
So what do you think when people has like a situation and they ask you for help? What do you do?
When someone has a situation, right?
Yeah.
The ability to come and ask a question when you need help is very important, okay? And so the biggest thing that I could tell you is when you are going with a problem to someone, go to the person that you want to become, not someone that shouldn't give you advice. And what I mean by that is like, I'm not going to, when I have issues with my wife and my kids, I don't go to my single buddy who's 40 years old, who doesn't have a wife and doesn't have kids, because what advice is he going to give me? Probably terrible ones, right?
Yeah.
Who do I go to? I go to my buddy who I think has a solid marriage, has a solid relationship with kids. I'm gonna go seek their advice. Just make sure before you rush to go ask for advice, to like slow yourself down and be like, who is the person that could give me the best advice? And then go ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many pennies would fit in this room?
How many pennies would fit in this room?
Yeah.
I would say 1 trillion.
Trillion?
Probably. 1 trillion pennies would probably fit in this room. But maybe actually 5 trillion. I mean, you think about it, a penny is really small, so I would say 5 trillion pennies. What do you think?
I say about like 7 trillion.
7 trillion?
Yeah.
I think that might be close. Thanks, man. You did a great job.
All right. Thank you.
So why don't we wrap this thing up?
All right. That's it.
My name is Monique, and I will be interviewing you today. So, what is your name and the name of your organization?
My name is Alex Lalin, and our organization is called Benestar is Wellbeing.
And what do you do in your organization, or what does it focus on?
My role, I'm the director of development. So we do food distribution to communities in great need. So my role is to go and introduce the program to schools, churches, parks, community centers, senior centers. So what we do, we provide the need, and we see where the need is greater, and we try to help. You know, we work with local partners like the school here at the high school. We also work with hospitals, churches, and anyone that would like to be involved in serving the community. We're there to support.
And that's good.
Yeah.
What is the top skill you look for when hiring people?
First, they have to love to serve people. That's the first thing, because you can learn the job, you can learn everything else, but if you love to serve, you're hired automatically.
That sounds great. What advice would you give to someone looking for work at your organization?
If they want to apply
Yes.
to work with us, first they have to come and experience and see what we do if they like it. And then the next question is, are they willing to really be there for the community and help and support? And one of the key questions that I always ask anyone that we interview, have you ever served in any capacity? School, like community, or anything like that? They say no, it's not a problem, but we also like to see if they understand what it means to serve others. So we always look for that uniqueness of serving. If they want to serve and they know what they want, then we start there.
And if you would want any superpower, what would it be?
A superpower, very interesting. That would be to be able to influence people in a great capacity.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be interviewing you today, and that's about it.
All right.
all the
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Hi, Paul. Good morning. My name is Rosie, and I work for VIP Vocational Improvement Program. I've been with VIP for 18 years, and we are an employment provider of choice. Thank you for having me this morning.
Yes. And while working, what do you look into people to work in your company?
To apply for our program, we really look for people that have a strong desire to work, have good work ethic, showing up to an interview looking presentable, and just ensuring that you're ready. You're ready for employment, and that you put in all your effort and you're willing to learn, take constructive criticism, and just come prepared.
And what is the age limit to work for your company?
For VIP, right now we're doing student services, so anyone that's in high school, in college, and also anybody that's 18 or older.
That's cool. That's cool. And what advice do you have for people who want to work in your company?
My advice, again, is really to be prepared. And even if you're not, just come ready to learn. Be open to any advice that's given to you. Show up presentable, making sure that your hygiene is good, you're well-groomed, that you're dressed presentable, because you're going to be going on interviews. So first impression's always the most important, and just have that desire, the desire and work ethic.
That's good. And last question.
Sure.
If someone were to write a book about you, what do you think the title would be, Rosie?
The title would probably be, I would say something like enthusiastic, friendly, very helpful. I love helping people. And I love talking, so
Wow.
I don't know. I've never been asked that before.
Then that'll be our last question for the podcast. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me, Paul. Thank you.
Well, hi, my name is Angel Acevedo. I am working for a company called Community Health Systems. We're a medical provider here in the area.
What is your top skill when you're hiring people?
Oh, man. Well, what I generally look for is somebody who is confident in the skill sets that they're putting on their resume. And if you say, hey, I know how to do this thing, okay, I'll ask you a question about it. And I want to make sure that you really are at that level. I think a couple of the really important things is, using those tools like Microsoft Word, Excel, how to write professional emails, so your writing skills, all those very kind of basic soft skills are important to look at when we're hiring somebody.
What is your advice when someone's looking to work at your job?
For somebody that is hired or somebody that wants to be hired?
that wants to be hired?
Somebody who wants to be hired, the one thing that is important for us is, especially if you're dealing with patients, because remember, we're working with patients every single day. And so there's people that come in and they're really sick and they don't feel good. And so knowing how to provide that excellent customer service, and it's called that excellent experience for patients, that's in everything. I have to do that because that guides all the programs that we design and deal with, and the passion that we have for patient care. All of that is in the things that we do, and that's including in our programs. That goes all the way from the people that answer the phones to the executives in the corporate office who are making programmatic decisions. All of us have to know that our focus is on patient care and what's the best that we can do for our patients.
What was your best day at work?
What was
your best day at work?
Oh man, I remember when I first got hired at this company, I worked in outreach, which is basically just being out there, part of the community, doing things. And I got to plan my first ever event, huge event. We're talking like, I think we were doing either Christmas or backpacks. We do 3 big things. We do backpacks, Thanksgiving, we do like a food distribution, and then in Christmas we did toy giveaway. So I think this one was the Thanksgiving one, and it was huge. We were going to give a lot of food away, and we had so many different things. I went to a panaderia and I picked up fresh conchas, and we had hot chocolate for everybody, champurrado, and we had hot food. Somebody sponsored and gave I think 500 hot plates of food. I think we had another 500 or 600 boxes of groceries, $300 worth of groceries in those boxes. And I got to plan all that, and that was really important that I got to be a part of that, and seeing families walk away with so much during these holiday times, knowing that some of them didn't have much, and the kids, we're gonna have a Thanksgiving meal because that's what we gave in the boxes, and they got a hot meal that day. Those events were the highlight. Even now, I'm glad I get to do. Those are still my favorite days working at the company I'm at.
Thank you.
Thank you. No elephant question?
Actually, I think that was the...
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was preparing my response for what am I going to do with an elephant? I don't like garden gnomes, so... All right. Thank you.
I'm Manny with the Sunshine Crew, and what is your name and the name of your organization?
Cool. What's up, Manny? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Sunshine Crew. That's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm Shirani Mayhorn. I do go by Ronnie, so you don't have to do the whole full name thing. I work for an org called Hawkeye. We're located in Ontario, California. We're contracted with the launch program to provide services and case management to our registered apprentices. I'll be having at all of our local community colleges here in San Bernardino County. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ronnie, what type of skills does you and your organization look for when hiring people?
So my boss, Chris, is a really fun, easygoing guy. But at the same time, he understands that the work that we do, it's always centered around care. So care can look fun. It could be free-flowing, So he just really wants somebody who is willing to show up for people, right? And showing up can mean different things at different capacities, but he wants to know, do you know how to educate? Do you know how to share, right? Do you know how to, exchange information? Do you know how to make those connections, connect those dots together? So my boss is really, really big on us connecting dots. If we can't provide services for this person, what can we do for them, right? We don't ever want to turn anybody away. We don't believe in turning anybody away. There's no denial process. There's no approval. So we like to have something for everybody. So we don't really worry about whether somebody's going to fit in or not. It's just about what do you need and where do you need to go.
Okay.
How was that answer for you? I don't know.
That was good. That was good.
Okay, making sure.
Aside from that, what advice would you give to someone looking to work at your organization?
Advice. Really understand yourself. I feel like a lot of times, of course, when you're interviewing for people and companies, you need to know obviously what the business is about, right? What the boss wants to hear, sure. But a lot of the times, a lot of employers want to know you, right? So when you go in there and you're like, I show up on time, I'm a really cool, that's great. Really, who are you at your core, right? Why do you do the work that you do? So I would say my answer is to be authentic. Know your truth. Really be honest with who you are and, know your truth. So I said be authentic, be real, but not too real though. You know what I'm saying? There's a little sense of professionalism there, but it's like, I just don't feel like you have to cover up your personality in order to have a career. I know you know what I'm talking about, Manny. I know you know what I'm talking about. You ain't got to be all, this is,
Okay.
Loosen up.
Okay, for the final question, what do you think of garden gnomes?
I think that they are portals for demons. So I don't like anything dolls. I don't do any dolls. Anything that has like, it looks like a person, right? But it doesn't move, it doesn't talk, it doesn't breathe. Why are we producing those? I don't know. I just feel like it's a host for a demon.
So your thing is like bad energy?
Yes. What are gargoyles? Aren't gargoyles the demon things that sit on top of buildings? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a garden gnome just sits on your lawn. Do you want that?
Yeah.
Well, you see a garden gnome in San Bernardino.
You right. Look at
That's what I'm saying. Like we ain't got that in no San Bernardino, but no, I just think they're kind of dark sided. But if somebody likes them, I support. I'm just not going near it.
So garden gnomes are
no, like no dolls, no garden gnomes, nothing that looks like a human, but it doesn't function like one. I can't do it. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. That's it.
That was beautiful. Thank you all for this experience. Yeah. If you guys want me to come back, I will. So.
Is that good?